Hello, wonderful soulmate. You're highly welcome back to my channel. And in today's tutorial, I'm going to be learning how to make this beautiful accordion pleated skirt. Okay, so this is an accordion pleated skirt. Is a very easy to make skirt and is very beautiful and classic. So if you don't know how to make accordion pleats on your skirt, you're going to learn how to make it from the scratch, like we're making this from the start to the finish. Okay, and if this is what you love to learn, please ensure that you stay tuned to the end of this tutorial. So I made this from the scratch, like from beginning to the finish, and it's so beautiful. I'm in love with this skirt. And I'm also going to be dropping the tutorial of how I made the jacket top, but not today. Okay, so this is my fabric. As you can see, it is the same fabric you saw that has turned to the accordion skirt, and you can see the fabric is a full plain fabric. So we're going to be learning how to turn this fabric into an accordion pleated skirt, and please pay attention and watch this tutorial to the end. Now the first thing you're going to do is to get the length of your skirt. You can make it as a short skirt and it will also be very beautiful as a three-quarter skirt or a long skirt, and trust me, any of the lengths you choose for your skirt is going to come out very well. So mine, I'm making it as a three-quarter skirt, and the first thing you're going to do is to get the length of the skirt like I earlier mentioned. And after getting the length of your skirt, the wideness that you're going to use to form the pleat, the accordion pleat, is your waist circumference multiplied by 4. So you are going to multiply your waist circumference by 4. Now, for example, if your waist circumference is 30 or 28, you're just going to multiply it by 4. Then whatever value it gives you, that is what you're going to use to get your length, okay? Your wideness, okay? And at the end, it's going to look like a rectangular, like it's going to be like a rectangular shape, right? So mine, I have my, on this fabric here, I have my waist circumference times 3 of my waist circumference plus 4 inches and 10 inches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to join a fabric to it so that it give me my waist circumference multiplied by 4. Now I am measuring my length, and this length includes just a half of an inch allowance on the upper part for sewing my band. Now if you are going to, if the hem of your fabric doesn't give you the kind of look you want, ensure that you hem your fabric before you start your pleat. So I am a kind of cutting the fabric, then I'll set aside the other one. We're working with this one that has my length and the width I am working with. Now there's a method of marking lines on each, like 1 inch from beginning to the end, but I'm not going to be using that method. Okay, so let's get to the machine so that I'll show you the method we are going to be using. So here I am on my machine, and the method that I'm going to be using, you can see the down part is looking okay. I want to use it like that. I don't want to hem it. But if you know that the down part is not okay, it doesn't look fine, please ensure that you hem before you start the split. Now please forget to say this, don't mind my voice, I have flu, that's why my voice is kind of changed. Now I'm going to be using the fake method, and I'm going to show you how to do this. Now if you use this fake this way, you are going to get a perfect sitting, like it's going to give you a good and less stressful job, right? You see the way I just placed the fake and the way I pleated it. But before we continue with the pleats, before we proceed, the first thing we are going to do is to set aside allowance for zipper. I'm setting aside 2 inches allowance for zipper, and that is what I went on to mark. So like I was explaining, you see the way I placed the fake, it was facing me. Then when I pleated, do you see how it is? It was facing the front, like you that you're looking at it now. It was facing you, that the back of the fake is facing you. And that's why when I made the pleat, it landed on the back of the fake. You see? Okay. But here is how you're going to use it. You're going to make sure that the fake is not facing the person watching the video. It's facing you that you're making the pleat. Okay. Do you understand? Now, watch how I'm going to place it now. No, not this way. Okay, yes, you see the way I pleated it. Ensure that the fake is facing me as I'm sitting down pleating it. The fake is facing me, and when I turn it, I will have the inside of the fake facing the upper part. So ensure that the fake is facing you while you use the last line on the fake. the last line, the line that is touching the machine, that is what you will use. Do you understand? Just pay attention to it. Ensure that the back of the fake is facing you, like the fake is backing you. Then use the last line on it to pick your fabric. Do you see it? Make sure the back of the fake is facing you, that you're sitting down and making the pleat. I don't know if you get that. If my explanation doesn't make sense to you, please just allow the visual aids to help you, okay? Because I didn't actually know how to explain this, but thank God this is a video. The visual aid is there to show you how to go about it. So I continue to make my pleat until I get to the final point. Now here it is, and like I said, I went on to join fabric to ensure that I have my waist circumference multiply by 4. And when I reach the end, I made sure that I also have 2 inches allowance on the other part for the zip allowance. So this is where I join it. Like I mentioned, you can see the joining there, right? So I join it so that I can have um the complete waist circumference divided multiply by 4. Now the next thing we are going to do is to start ironing it. So right now I don't have NEPA lights, there's no light, so I have to make use of my gas ironing. Okay, so please bear with me on that. So what I'm going to do now is to start making my pleat. I'm just going to be following the pleat that has already been created on the machine. The pleats I created on the machine, I'm going to be using it, making sure that I have that same pleat I have on the upper part also on the down part. So the pleat already gave you the line, so you're just going to follow the line and allow the pleat to lie while you steam iron it. You can see what I'm doing. You can also choose to pleat and pin it down, but I think that one will be double work. After pinning, you start ironing again, it's double work. So what I'm doing, I will just form the pleat on the down part, follow the line of the pleats on the down part, and I will steam iron. I will follow it, trace it for all the way from up to the down part. I will steam iron. I will trace it, I'll steam iron, and I make sure that it is well ironed, like iron it very well, very flat. So you see, I'll place my iron on it for some seconds and it lies very flat, and I kept doing it until I reached the final point. So after getting to the final point, I went on to use my pin to secure the upper part, because we're going to be making a vertical stitch of like 1.5 inches from the waist downwards on it. So I went on my machine, I made a vertical pleat, and you can see just about 1.5 inches pleat, so which is not really necessary. Even if you don't do, I say pleat stitch, sorry, not pleat stitch, even if you don't make that stitch, there is no problem. Okay, it's just a personal choice. The next thing I did was to cut my band, and I gum my stay to it, like I fused my stay to it. The wideness was 4 inches, and I went on to hem one side with 0.5 inches. So we're going to be fixing it on the waist. Now before we fix it on the waist, I am going to mark out where my zipper is going to stop. Okay, that is what I'm going to be doing. So I am going to mark out from the waist to where my zipper is going to stop. Then I'm going to stitch the other part downwards. I believe all of us already know how to do this, so that creates space for where we're going to fix our zipper. And after fixing my zipper, I am going to fix the band, and I am going to show you what the final result look like after I also fix my button to the waist or skirt hook. Okay, so that is what I am going to do now, and you're just going to see what it look like. So like I said, I made that jacket and I have a tutorial on it. The jacket has lacing at the back. Okay, so I'm also going to be dropping the tutorial for the jacket, and you don't want to miss out on it. So this is the look of our skirt. Thank you for watching. Bye.